Alright, start over again. Waiting for it to say duration. Could be better at a different angle or something, probably. Alright. Yeah, and I have nowhere to just like prop it someplace. I'm just gonna hold it. Alright. So, social orphan anarchy. I know, it feels like this would be so cool if you were like 16. You're 36, and something feels just very off about the situation, but I mean, don't have expectations about life, I guess. Right, it's as if it's always a joke out of people that, like, lived younger. You know what, whatever. So, what, it is 8:42 a.m., 21st of February, 2026. It's Saturday. I'm in the rain. I was thinking about people that are like, oh my god, you don't do anything all day. Well, right now, I'm lucky that I have a storage unit. I'm lucky that I could pay for a storage unit. Who knows how long I'll be able to pay for the fucking thing. Because half of my stuff is there. I would not be able to carry or drag around or store the other half of my stuff. And you need it too. Like, you need original birth certificate for stuff. You need, like, which is crazy. And then, so lucky I have a storage unit. And then the stuff that I have to carry around in the rain, I'm lucky that I have a cart. Like, in some ways, I think people might see the cart as like a burden. I can lean on it. I can sit on it. It's like carrying a seat around with you. It definitely, it's better than carrying my book bag on my back. If, like, I find a place and I can take a shower, I have supplies that I need. I took a shower yesterday, but yeah, that place isn't open on the weekends, but there's like a really nice resource that has showers, and you can do laundry once a week. Though, yeah, I mean, I don't know if it was a test, like, let's just see what she does, or if it was supposed to be like, just so you know, we don't really want you here. Or, yeah, don't think anything is, like, too nice. Or is, kind of, like, message. I don't know. But, or, just to see what I would do. But, like, I washed a sleeping bag. And I don't know if it's because, like, I had my cart in that area. I don't know. But, like, stuff was taken off of my cart. Or somehow I dropped it. Somehow. Which, like, I really doubt. But, I mean, it's possible. They gave me another spray bottle. I've been putting hand sanitizer in a spray bottle, and I spray my clothes with it. I spray, gross stuff with it. Speaking of which, yeah, real nice. It's like all up in the tread and everything. Yeah, there's shit everywhere. Like, even, like I said, this is like a nice or nice area. And there's shit everywhere. Like literal shit. But whatever. Well, I think it is important to point out, because people bitched about where I was from in the city all the time, and acted like Old Town was like the burden of the earth or something. And this is like up through the fucking Pearl District. I don't know what this area, if this is still the Pearl District or they call it something else. But yeah, there's shit everywhere. Anyway. So there's a nice resource. But I lost my spray bottle and I still haven't gotten it back. And I have this emergency radio. And it was like charging. And they were like, somebody brought that in and was charging it. And I was like, what? That's totally mine. And I don't know what the thought process was. I have a feeling that like they didn't want to fight, maybe, with the person that brought it in. I mean, there's like two options that go through my head. They themselves took it to see what I would do, like a weird test, which makes me feel like they see me as a child. Or like they said, someone else like took it from my cart and then was trying to charge it there. And then they would have to accuse them of stealing, and they just like didn't want to deal with it, like non-confrontational. Because I mean, I said like, I know where the stickers are. I know how the thing works. I know what color the batteries are. And it wasn't until like I have a receipt. I mean, I have a receipt of everything I bought since 2022. I mean, since 2020, technically. I have a fucking receipt of everything I bought since 2020, because I was stuck in my apartment and everything was through the internet. So yeah, like what the fuck? But like, I had to go up to them like 3 times and trying to like nicely like, you know, like I can prove it's mine. I don't know what the problem is, like why they wouldn't just like give it back to me. And then they gave it back. They're like, okay, I guess we can just give it back to her. But it took like the receipt, I guess, is what, I don't know. Yeah, something was like really awkward about it, but like it blew over. And at least I got it back. At the end of the day, I just want my shit back. I've already lost, I'm saying like 3/4 of the stuff that I had. Books, clothes, makeup, video games, all of my furniture, which I did get the furniture mostly for free over like 10 years of collecting it. But like everything I had is gone. 1 second. I lived in that apartment for 10 years. And they gave me 2 hours. And the only way I could even get the stuff that I got back was because someone went with me and helped me out. If I had been alone, it would have been impossible. I think it's really messed up. And there's no one in the universe that's going to tell me there's something somehow wrong with me. You had every responsibility to help me stay housed. That was the point of the building. It was the motto of the building. It is a supportive services building. They knew that I had disability documentation. They knew that I needed rent assistance. They knew the entire time I've lived there. There's no universe where like There's no universe that this was like, that somehow this is my fault. And you know, just absolutely ignore any like negative weird remark somebody could ever make that doesn't know me or my situation. It's just bullshit. And yeah, at this point, like, and I'm injured from being pushed outside. Like, I should have been getting some kind of physical therapy. Before, like, if I'm gonna go start to walk again, like, I hadn't been on my feet for 5 years, walking more than just, like, to the bathroom and back to my bed. And now I've got a swollen, like, from my ankle up to my knee is, like, swollen, numb. If you rub your hand over it, it's, like, prickly. And I went to the clinic at this day shelter thing, and they said it's like fluid, it's full of fluid, and to like try to like run my hand backwards up to my knee, and they gave me compression socks, which was also like, I had so many pairs of compression socks already because I have a fucked up ankle. I only managed to save one pair of those socks. I had like 5 pairs of these gloves. I only could save one pair of the gloves. So yeah, anyway, hey. So you have the, like, on one foot, it, like, the skin raw. I mean, it took up, like, a layer of skin. And, again, I was lucky somebody could pay for a hotel. I mean, I paid for it, too. Instead of using money people sent me for anything else. I could have, like, maybe needed it for, like, a deposit for a new apartment or something. It went to that hotel room. But, like, I needed to be off of my foot for a week to heal at least enough so I didn't get some, like, fucked up infection. And then on the other leg, it's, like, both of them are swollen, but the leg where I had surgery is, like, really, really bad. And they said that they're gonna, they might have to do, like, imaging and stuff. And, like, this wouldn't have happened. And it's like, it must have been predictable even that would happen. That you would take somebody that hasn't walked for 5 years and just throw them outside, and your like legs balloon, trying to compensate for like to walk around. I'm lucky that I have naproxen, because like I can't even afford cannabis. I have no pain relief other than naproxen. And that there's like coffee, because that helps a lot, to get me to like be able to function and like move around. It's just it's been, I'm wearing like a back brace every day and trying to keep my back up. My body had physically deteriorated, which I said like several times, and it's just either they didn't get it or they didn't care, or they knew full well, and like the point was to make it hurt or something, which is just sick and psychotic. So that person has an enormous cat tree in the back of their truck, but it's like getting soaked in the rain. Everything has to be covered with a tarp. I don't know what the... Anyway, sorry, someone just like drove by in the background. So yeah, just like really painful. And if like you were gonna care about medicine, care about helping people, you would never do this to somebody. Like, it's predictable, it's preventable. It must happen a lot with people. I'm imagining like nursing homes, people becoming homeless, like as they're like, a lot of the people that are unhoused are older by like decades. Like the situations you could find yourself in. I'm not sure how long they've been unhoused. I don't know. I could imagine somebody like starting off thinking something was an adventure and getting stuck. Or like, you know, they're told this or that, and then they don't want to get an ID, and they don't want to get rehoused, and they don't want to get, and they get scared, and then they're going to stay homeless the rest of their life because like they're scared of what it means to try to like get back into the system. And they don't, and yeah, it's a good question too. It's a discussion of like how much the system is even helping anybody to get back into it. So like I keep imagining like there's different like I could get into some certain program. I mean, right now everything is full. As far as I know, I'm not turning down any kind of like opportunity or something. There's nothing else, and I'm in a good spot. The shelter I'm staying in is clean, and it has a lot of airflow. Even though like there's some people coughing, it wasn't like the first shelter that I stayed at and I got really sick. It doesn't smell. It feels clean and new and fresh, and the beds are spaced out different. It's just like totally different, and the ceilings are like really high, and it just feels like it's better ventilated. I really don't want to go to a different shelter if it's more like the first one I was at. And the staff was nice and everything. It's not, and it's like being grateful that there's a bed to sleep in. But compared to that first shelter, like, no, I really don't. I don't want to go back to the first shelter. And it has more of like a bed than the first one did, even though like something's wrong with my back. So like I really need extra cushion. I'm not trying to be like a brat or something. Like I'd wake up and like something's just wrong with my back. And my foot. So like I have to keep my foot elevated, and I have to keep something under my ass different. And the first shelter was like sleeping on a metal, like there was like no mattress left, and it was just like a metal bed frame. And you had to wake up different. I think it was just, I really prefer the shelter I'm in right now. And now I'm scared to try to go to a different shelter too, because what if it's more like the first one? This one, you don't have to leave till 8 in the morning. They still turn the lights all the way up at 6 a.m., but you can kind of sleep through it. It's like a really nice slow morning. There's usually something to eat and coffee. There's bathrooms. You don't have to do some weird thing. Like the first shelter, you had to take toilet paper from the counter and take as much as you needed and then go into the stalls. Like there wasn't actually toilet paper in the stall, and they were all like very like school, multiple stalls in a thing. You couldn't take a shit. This one has at least like 3 bathrooms they're just an individual closed room. There's a feeling of being able to take your time. They're wheelchair accessible. What's not accessible is like the flush. I think about the other people that are a little more disabled in different ways, and like for some reason they put the flush on like a weird side of the toilet, and you kind of have to hold it down. But that's just, it's just design things. It would be nice if there were hooks so that you could like put your clothes up and not have them on the floor and change your clothes. But those are like design things. That would just make every single day a little bit easier. I'm worried constantly about like, I just said like there's literally shit everywhere. You step in shit on accident all the time, and then you track it through places that you walk. So I'm like spray my shoes with sanitizer before I go to bed, and I'm just like constantly, and for me personally, I was isolated for 5 years. Like, maybe I should tell people I lived on the moon for 5 years and they'd give a shit different or something. Like, it's not like it's something that's my fault. And I feel like, yeah, I'm worried about some eventual sickness. I got sick when I first left the house. I was sick for like 3 weeks. But it has kind of, I took a lot of expectorant and naproxen, and at least like at this shelter I am able to like actually sleep. It doesn't feel like I'm waking up and like I haven't slept at all. So whatever that first issue, and it was like green snot. A lot of people, they still are like coughing stuff up. But it wasn't like the other, or at least a couple weeks ago, whether it was about it being a couple weeks ago or it was about it being the other shelter, whatever was going on in the other one was like really a lot, more and intense and like close, like it was like head to foot beds and then like close together in like a little room that had a much lower ceiling. It was ventilated, but not as much. I feel like that made a really big difference. So, and you notice pollution a lot more. I could have been anywhere in the world, and then leaving the apartment, and you just notice all the different smells and all the different things a lot more, I think, than you would have. It's almost like being here for the first time. I felt attacked in my apartment every day too. So it's actually I feel less attacked than I did when I was in my apartment. It was like someone was like gassing my apartment every day. It was horrible. But like there is like a lot, at least you can like walk away from stuff outside. There is like a certain smell, I don't know what it is, and I don't want to misidentify it, but it's like I hate it. I don't know what the fuck that is. It smells really weird. You kind of smell it everywhere. I hate it. It doesn't smell good. It's not pot. It's stale. It's not cigarettes. Like, it's just like, I don't know what it is. It sucks. And it is like everywhere you go. What else? Well, it's definitely like pot smells good to me. I know I can understand how someone could learn not to think it smells good. There is like a certain strength of it. Like some people will walk by you and it feels like but they're not even smoking. They just walked by you and they're so strong that it like got in your mouth. and it kind of smells like moldy weed. I'm a bud tender. I have a bud tending license. Like, if you opened a jar in a dispensary and that's what it smelled like, I would be worried that it was moldy. I don't know what that is. I mean, I was trying to talk to somebody about it, and like, you know, is there something new 5 years within the last 5 years, like a different strain or something? There's some I it's just like an initial guess, but it feels like something weird. It's a like wicked strong, and it smells different, like it has a tinge to it, you know. And yes, of course I understand that weed is stronger than it ever was in the set. Like, I know that already. This is different, you know, from 2015 when it got legalized until 2020. I just had not picked up on this like particular strain of smell, and it's just, it feels like something different. I am genuinely concerned at the idea that someone has invented certain things and put them out into the like population that might not be so good for you. I can't prove it without scientific experimentations, you know, like something to back it up, but it's a guess. I think it's a pretty good guess that something different has been going on, and I was inside my apartment the whole time, and coming outside, like, I can literally smell it. I can smell the difference. Yeah, like, I wonder why people wanted you to leave so much. Because, I mean, if they are seriously, like, lacing the population with something, like, I can smell it. But, I don't want to take it too seriously, because I don't know. And I believe weed is medicine, you know, and I wanted Measure 110 to help people. I think it was sabotaged, so it deliberately wouldn't help anybody. But, yeah. I got mad at a lady. She was like, do you have any clear? And I was in a really foul mood, and I snapped at her, like, oh my god, no, gross, or something, I said. And I said something like, my generation hates your shit. And I mean, I don't care what people do as long as they don't fuck with me. I'm not there to judge you. But like, yes, I really, if that's what that smell is, like, I want nothing to do with this. Like, I can smell that it's gross. I'm sick of smelling whatever the fuck it is. And I don't even want to call it, like, meth or whatever. It's some kind of thing somebody invented just to, like, make people erratic. It's, something is up, yeah. Or whatever. I want to try to differentiate. Like, I talk to myself. Especially, I notice it when I do my cart every day. When I have to do, like, a thought process and I'm stressed out, like, okay, this has to go here and this has to go here, and I have to talk through it. Obviously, doing all my streams, I explain, like, it's a thought process, and I am better talking through it. But, like, there's definitely, like, different categories of people talking to themselves. There's the processing person, or at least a time and a place. There's when you're doing it to process. Then there's people doing it that it's obviously like, oh, they think they're funny. They want to say some shit to you, but they don't have the balls. And they're just, like, pretending to say stuff to themselves, but they're trying to say stuff to you. It's like bullying. And then there's the, like, full out, like, no, they're seriously having, like, a distress, like, they're screaming at somebody. And the way that it doesn't make sense, it doesn't seem like it's really personal, like the bullying thing, or like they're trying to secretly say stuff to you. It seems like that's a little more like they're actually having like a mental health issue. The processing thing isn't a mental health issue. Like, everybody processes. The bullying thing isn't a mental health issue. It's a tactic. But then, the third category is, like, you know, maybe they need someone to be like, hey, are you okay? I don't know. Like, it's like a sleepwalker, and you don't want to, like, wake somebody up who's sleepwalking. They're just, like in their own head at the moment, or, you know, disconnected in such a way, like, I don't know that you want to interrupt them. I don't know. But I think those are, like, at least initially, like, 3 different situations that happen. And then, you have people that, like, they're just really hard to communicate with. It's like, the harder they are to communicate with, the more, like, obviously it's, you start to wonder about quality of life. Like, there could be a lot going on in that makes sense to them, but they don't make sense. They just can't communicate in a way that makes sense. Yeah, they'll change. Like, you obviously change the topic a lot, but, like, this is, I'm just trying to be accurate about how I explain it. There's no sense of accuracy is a good, maybe, way to put it. It is really hard to know when someone is just fucking with you, and you're, like, such in, like, a therapeutic mindset, you know, and they're just screwing with you. Oh, nice. I mean, that wasted my time. Thank you so much. So, I don't know, there's that. What else feels, like, relevant? Physical health, mental health, what people do all day. Okay, so they're like, why don't you do something? Okay, right now, the library is, like, a sanctuary where I can have internet and a bathroom. If I got some food with me, I can eat. You know, I try to never make a mess. Like, if someone left a mess, it wasn't me. Ever. But yeah, there a sense, like, if I was in my apartment, I would be doing my stream, watching the news. Like, all I had was, like, food and internet, and a place to be out of the rain when I was in my apartment, and I had art supplies and clothes and stuff. And I wasn't walking in shit or having to navigate around literal feces. Okay, that was a thing. Though, I mean, if I do have to compare that blasting bass thing that people do and the gassing of my apartment, I am kind of happy that that's not happening. I think there's been, like, maybe 5 cars that have even made, like, a sound that does that thing since I've been outside, you know, and they, like, drive away. They're not sitting outside my apartment doing it. I definitely haven't felt like someone's like held me in a box and gassed it. Since I got evicted, so that is an improvement, and it's like really terrifying that it went on for so long and no one's ever going to be held accountable about it. Like, it's also interesting, they've got the same security company that was supposed to be monitoring the building, monitoring the shelter. There is like one link that's like the same thing. I wonder what to think about that. I don't know. It's always a different guy, though. For 2 days in a row they had the guy that did my eviction in the morning at the shelter. And I mean, he didn't arrest me. Well, they put me in handcuffs. They didn't arrest me. I think they just wanted to be as fucked up as possible, actually, but yeah, wanted to make it that's why they didn't tell me. It makes sense to me that that's why they didn't tell me when they were gonna do it, because they wanted it to be a surprise and they wanted to get as much of my shit out of the situation as they could, and they wanted to make it as devastating as possible. They should have told me the day that those cops were gonna show up, and they never did. Period. I think right there, that's not supposed to happen. Period. I was asleep when they showed up with flashlights in my fucking room. And that was absolutely just like, it was wrong. Period. Well, I don't know. The ways, like, or what, were you trying to own me? I mean, is that really what the goal is here? Because now, do I or do I not owe you money? Are you gonna get it covered by some rent assistance thing, like after the fact? It's like debt bondage. I shouldn't owe you shit. I was getting tortured in my room and you didn't care. And you were supposed to help me stay housed. There's no justice in, like, anything this, like, I could predict could happen at this point. Yeah, and it's even more like, did you think I was going to leave? Why would I leave? You're a nuisance. You've made me homeless. You're the fucking problem. It's just wrong. So yeah, what, you wanted me to go see what your shelters are like so I could report back about it? What the fuck is wrong with you? Yeah, I'm lucky I didn't get sick and die. Because no one cared about COVID the way they were supposed to in the first place. And yeah, I don't know what's going to happen with my leg. Like, I'm worried, like, worst case scenarios and stuff. I don't want to even get into it. It hurts. Yeah, now I'm frazzled. Some people were like walking around, and I feel like I'm alone and there's no one here, but then like somebody will walk by. I literally want to drag my cart through a puddle really quick and get rid of the poop that's on it. It's not on my shoes. Anyway, yeah, I'm lucky my shoes haven't gotten wet yet. They gave me shoes at the library. I don't know. Now I'm just upset because I don't know what. It's 9:22. They open at 10. So I have stuff to make sandwiches. I'm gonna see what the rain is like and then maybe do some other thing today later. So yeah, there's people here already, like, to open at 10. They just took in the newspapers. Right, the idea, what are you supposed to do all day? So, like, you want to be rehoused. I was going to get disability. I've been trying to get disability since 2024. That would have had an income. That would have kept me housed. If you think about working, I don't know where I'm supposed to work, how much I can function, what's really in the realm of capability, what's going to end up getting me hurt. Because I was cleaning at night. Like, I've been a cashier, a cleaner, and a bud tender. And, like, bud tending would be the best, but I haven't done it in years. There felt like an obvious push to try to, like, I don't know, push me out before. Because what? You notice too many things, and they don't want you to notice stuff and then say something is wrong. They're not going to just fix it like you're supposed to. They just don't want you to notice. Felt like the issue. And I don't know why it seems everybody acts like I'm some kind of like spy or something. I don't know. Like, why are you doing that to me? And then yeah, maybe I should be working for NASA. You're right. Yeah, maybe I should have been. So I can't. I'm bad at math. Like, I'm not gonna move to Texas. Yeah. Whatever. It's like a dumb joke. Yeah. But yeah, between disability and not knowing what I can do and where I'm supposed to go, and I'm in the way. The electronic one's cooler than the They have an electronic return and then a regular old-fashioned one. The electronic one's like way cooler. I really want to run, this through a puddle before I go inside so I don't get crap on the carpet. I mean, that's probably another reason why you don't like carts that much, because gross, yeah. Let me, if I lose connection, it's because I walked out of some boundary I didn't know was there. But yeah, I don't know what I'm capable of doing. I have to sit down a lot. If I could get a bud tending job where I sat down a lot, but then you also have to interact with lots of people all day long and like smile about it. And I just I'm just not there mentally, physically, emotionally. Just not there right now. It's bad enough. Like, I'm being forced to be around as much people. This was forced, so. Was not at all by choice. And like, there's just no other way around it. Like, the library, the day shelter, the night shelter, the grocery store. I'm looking for like a nice big puddle, and right when you need one, you can't really. Here. All better. It's a good cart. Yeah. It's sad when, sometimes people compliment your stuff and you're like, oh, thank you. And sometimes they compliment your stuff and you're like, oh my God, please don't say you like it like that. Like, oh, I like it and I'm going to find a way to get it from you. Hope you don't like it that much. Yeah. Sad way to feel about stuff. I think I got it off. And I'm still streaming. I wonder if they get free internet in the apartments nearby. Because there's definitely like a good. I think I'm still on the library Wi-Fi, right? Yep. And it's like a block down the street. Well, not a block, but like a building. 2 buildings. That worked out really well, actually. Yay. Right, and don't forget this 100 and see, like, if I feel like that's what they want me to say. Oh, just blame it on the $106 million thing. There would have been assistance that I had been asking for months. They just didn't distribute this money. Now you can blame it on the city. And they can get the story they want out of it. Instead of like, you like deliberately didn't help me. Like, yes, there was this issue, but like, Well, I mean, since you're at the library, why don't you try to work at the library? I don't know. It's just a difference between sitting in a corner all by yourself and, you know, interactions and stuff. And I like being helpful, and I can be friendly, but, and they wear face masks. A lot of them wear face masks. So, speaking of which, yeah, I started to feel prettier with my face mask on almost, which is sad. Like, oh, I'm so pretty when you cover up everything but my eyes. Great. That's shallow. Yeah, don't worry about it. I think it's just like I can recognize myself more from every age I've ever been. And then when I take my face mask off, I just feel like I see how I've aged a little bit more, and it kind of freaks me out. It's not like I mean, and that's also like you feel like you aged overnight, because, you know, I wasn't looking in the mirror every day for 5 years. I don't know, it's just, I wasn't taking photos like I would have if I had been going outside and having friends and doing stuff. Totally different situation. So, yep. I'm kind of excited for them to open because it's warm inside. And this isn't even as bad as anything could ever be. I know. It could be so much worse. Yeah, imagine if it was snowing or you were in Boston or something. Like, definitely worse. Cold, like, elements wise. So there's that. Yeah, when they open, I'm probably gonna cut my stream off. Oh, it's a half an hour. I hadn't realized. Still at a half an hour. I thought it was like almost time. That's okay. Yeah, that coffee definitely got. It'd be nice. They have these like water bottle things. It would be cool if it gave you hot water option. That would help with a lot of things. It's okay. But the water bottle dispenser on the water fountains has to be one of the best inventions I've ever seen in my life. Like, kudos to whoever came up with that. Yeah, well, I don't know. At first I was like, how much do I even have to worry about people stealing my stuff? Like, I felt like, you don't have to worry about that. And then, like, when I did my laundry and what happened to the radio and everything, it was like, oh, okay, great. You know. Yeah, definitely the sense of, like, you're not allowed to feel like you're just okay. Somebody wants to make people like it would have been fine, and then you're trying to teach them a lesson is really annoying. Yeah, just suppose. Oh, yeah, COVID blindness. COVID blindness. Just some sense of like, there's nothing you can do about it. If you think about it too much, you lose your mind. And you just have to keep like existing. And yeah, it's really, in itself, is like really disorienting and desensitizing. And yeah, and not just like it isn't just put up with it. It's like, I mean, like the idea of like acid rain or something, and like it's gonna rain, and it's like there's nothing you can do, and you just it's hard to put into words. I'm not sure how much this can hear me when I do it over here. If I should be like a lot closer to the thing or not. It might make the last 30 minutes totally useless or something, because whatever. So yeah, what do I have like that's possible to even do today? I want to get rehoused. I can't just do that in a day. I need help to get rehoused. I probably need financial assistance. I'm trying to get disability assistance still. What else am I supposed to like magically accomplish? I think I'm in the way of the book drop thing. I should move myself. But then that's like right in front of the door. Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, oh, they didn't need it. I need to find a place to put myself where I'm not like in the way so much. I don't want people to feel like they don't want to walk up here to put their book away. Electric drop, regular drop. I like the techie stuff. It's fun. It makes it feel like you're in the future. Sci-fi everything. Yeah, so what else am I supposed to accomplish today? Like, I mean, I can write. Obviously, I'm at the library and I can write. I can do my peaceful protest stream of consciousness thing like I do every day. I think I do want to try to just like write a little bit today, for at least a little, till Hassan comes online at 11. Anyway, yeah, I think even more than when I was in my apartment is this like attachment. Like I'm shamelessly just telling people how much I like him. But I don't care. Like, you can go ahead and be like, oh, that girl is an idiot, sad person. She thinks she's dating him in her head. Go ahead. If that you can have, if that's the story you want to make up, go ahead. Like, I don't care. Yeah, it's like I'm not available, and this is the person that I would be attracted to anyway, like, so yeah, just, you know, I'm good. It's all fine. It's totally fine. It makes it feels better than like I'm not looking, you know, it kind of, I'm not looking for people. I'm not looking for a date. I'm not dressing for a date. I'm not romantically on the search or something. Like, I'm preoccupied. I feel like it kind of signals that, even though, you know, it's like delusional. That's fine though. It's better than sending this like false signal on accident that's like, oh, she dresses a certain way and she does her, like, no, bitch, I'm good. I dress a certain way because this is all the clothes that I had, and like this is what I wanted to wear. It's not for you. Like, it just, especially when I had my boots, it was like, it's crazy the shit people think. I don't know where they get these ideas from. Anyway, so yeah, what else can I do with my day? The housing, disability, you have to get some kind of like stability back. Writing essays about things. Doing the same stream that I was always doing anyway. Not dying. And then you're just like worried about having food, a place to go to the bathroom, a place to be warm, a place that has internet, and a place where you can charge your stuff. My laptop has a 30-minute battery on it. Weird, I started coughing too. But yeah, my laptop has a 30-minute battery on it, and the phone was dying when I left. But you know, it's totally fine as long as I've got power chargers and stuff. Which this one needs to be charged again, actually, that's in my hand. Great. But like, as long as I have like a backup battery, you know, at least for the phone, I don't feel like scared. But I don't want to be without internet and stuff. The phone doesn't really work, you know, either. Like, I can't just like go sit in the park and be on my phone. That's why like I really wanted my radio back, because it, as a last resort, at least there's the radio, and it has a hand crank kinetic energy thing on it, this thing. So like, if it has a little tiny solar panel, I'm not sure how well that works. And then it's got the hand crank thing. Yep, and green batteries, just like I said. So, yeah, it's like, it makes me feel safer that I have it. I don't just have like stuff and they're like, oh, that was extra, you could take it from her because she has extra. No, I don't. I deliberately bought everything that I bought for a reason. I didn't just like buy random stuff. And everyone you see around you that has a place to live has more stuff than you do. Guaranteed. Even a lady at one of the shelters was like, she's got, it took her 4 hours to clean her storage unit. She's got so much stuff in a storage unit. Like, whatever. Yeah. Get constantly feeling the sense of like people acting like you have too much stuff. I don't have too much stuff, and I've never had stuff my whole life. And I finally had stuff for like a year, and you just literally stole it from me. So there, yeah, no. There was a weirdness last night of something like somebody had Jolly Ranchers, And I didn't know whether to say something when they handed it to me, and then I kind of worked up to saying something about it, and they were like so disinterested that it almost felt like, I don't know, weird. It felt really like, and it was like two people, and like the level of how much they could not care less, it as if like they had already had an idea about something in their head. It was just strange. Yeah, I don't know what that's about. It's 9:47, so there's like 20 minutes left. No, they're just walking by. If people start showing up, I'll probably cut the recording off. But yeah, it's like they like just they didn't. There was like, it was more than like no interest. It was like as if they were like upset when I brought it up, and I didn't even like really say anything about it, like either, which makes it feel like they already had formed an opinion, like they knew before I told them. What how? So yeah. Anyway, yeah, that's a weird feeling. What else? What are you supposed to do to be progressive? What are you supposed to do that's supposed to help anything? How much time and effort and energy it takes to take care of yourself. Being exhausted. Yeah, cool little invention, like the water bottle thing is like a positive. The water bottle thing, and the cool way they've got gender neutral bathrooms now, which at the end of a lot of that means that there's a single stall by itself, and you just take care of yourself, and then you leave the sink. And I like that so much better than like a group bathroom. I mean, it ends up being like better than. There's mud on my shoe. At least it's not poop. It ends up being a single stall is way better than a 5 bathrooms in a big room thing. And yeah, the gender neutral thing makes it feel like super progressive. Like it's still that kind, the Portland you thought it was. The water bottle thing gives that. So yeah, the library is like the coolest place. Obviously I haven't really gone shopping to say what's different, or to like any bars to say what's different, or even other dispensaries, though I did notice Broadway expanded. I feel like everywhere I go there's a Broadway cannabis, like even within just a couple blocks of each other. That's kind of interesting. Yeah, but noticeable. Maybe it's because it's just the way they set their store up. You notice that's because there's a lot of dispensaries everywhere, but like they're a little more hidden feeling, or like they don't. And the like Broadway sign is just a little more bold, or I don't know. But that seems like there's a lot of Broadway cannabis. There's like right up the street from here, there's like a dog park tavern thing that's kind of cool. If I had a dog, that probably would be my like favorite place to go with friends. So yeah, stuff that's like unique, still exists, stuff that it hasn't like completely died out and all the whimsy is gone or anything. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what's supposed to, by like June, there might be a really big difference in funding for shelters and services and stuff, which could be like really devastating. I don't know. They said they want to cut like 675 shelter beds. That could mean like, you know, your shelter ends up really full, or like, sorry, you know, or yeah, it could just mean a lot of changes. The shelters can be kind of frustrating because you have to be there at a certain time at night, but because it's winter, it's like it's cold and it's dark. I'm not trying to be outside myself. I mean, I was in my apartment for 5 years. I don't really want to be outside of my apartment. But for somebody else, it's like, you know, lame sauce. And when it gets to be summertime, it's going to feel really infantilizing. When it's still light outside. But yeah, it reminds me of like being at school and like the first year where they had us go to bed at like 7 o'clock at night and the kids next door were still playing outside and stuff. It's just, I mean, a lot of stuff feels, yeah, again with like MHS taking like military showers in 5th grade, and it was supposed to be like a 5 or 10 minute shower. It was 5 minutes for a while, and then I remember when it changed, like, and then I think it went to 7 minutes. They just did that to be like, I thought, to be dicks, like, to try to like make stuff hard for you. But now at like the one place you get a 20-minute shower, and for me it feels like luxurious because I've been taking, like, they made us take these like 5-7 minute showers when I was in 5th grade, when I was 10. So I mean, it was like never longer than a half an hour tops, and that was like a really nice long shower when I was in school. So it just feels like kind of like going back to, and you don't have to make your bed in the morning. At least like there's even like improvements. A lot of stuff feels like being in a student home still, and like coordinating around people going to the bathroom and brushing your teeth, and everyone's groggy, and like, but it's still even like more relaxed because there isn't like, okay, you have to be at breakfast now, and you have to be at chores now, and you have to be at devotions now, and like, and then in the van now. The like, it's really it's like more relaxed than that. So, but yeah, there's like a 20-minute timer on the shower, but at least there's showers at all, and you could take a shower every day. I'm trying not to, like, I mean, I could, but it does feel a little bit, because there's only so many shower slots. So I mean, if you take at least every other day or every 2 days, then at least it gives other people more of a chance to get a shower, is my thought process. Like, when I get my period, I'm probably going to have a rough time and really not, well, they're letting me sleep. They made me, I have a sleeping pad, and they made me take it off the bed. And somebody suggested I raise hell about it. I don't think I'm going to, though. Like, it's not, like, at least I can still use the cushion things that I have to sit on. They're letting me elevate my foot, and I can still have my sleeping bag. You know, if they had made me take all of that stuff away, then yeah, that doesn't seem right. But they don't want me to use the like sleeping mat thing. But anyway, yeah, I'm just thinking about like, you know, when you get your period again, I really don't want to get my period on these like white sheet blankets and stuff. What a fucking nightmare. So anyway, and there's pads like available and everything now that I didn't know was gonna be a thing. They have all sorts of like soaps and shampoos and stuff. It's a really big deal because it's super expensive. There's like no way to deal with that. What else? Laundry. You can do laundry once a week. They're not open yet. Yeah. And my phone's gonna die just in time to... what else? Laundry, showers, beds, time that you're supposed to be in to sleep. Getting rehoused, getting assistance. Yeah, literally 2 minutes. Getting rehoused, getting assistance. Taking care of yourself. Doing something with your time that feels like constructive, but a lot of it is I'm trying not to get soaked and then get sick. Oh, you can reserve a room at the library too. I need to remember that. It's only like for 2 hours at a time though. I'm starting to smell the engine on that person's car, and I'm really worried that that's like a thing people are doing. They're sitting around and running the engine on their car, and then it gasses a bunch of people that are waiting around for stuff. And they do it on purpose. They're psychopaths. Thank you. So Gary and no show there's not paper towels in that. I don't want to. Okay. Well, I'm in the library now, so I'm gonna go.